Aloha and welcome to Betty's Real Estate Corner, brought to you by Sakamoto Properties, where prestige is our business, reputation our foundation. Today I happen to be here in the studio alone, which is different. Usually I have one of our agents, my husband Roy Sakamoto, will be here with me. It just seems it's a lot of fun for us to be here together, but there's so much going on right now at Kapalua and in our office that we really couldn't get two of us over here. So Roy's going to be checking in from the Kapalua Golf Course shortly, which obviously is the new home of the Hyundai Tournament of Champions, season opener for the PGA Tour. That's going to be a lot of fun to have Roy there. He will be playing in the Pro-Am. Don't know who the pro is yet. And with him is going to be Mike Jones, who can tell us his title. I always think of him as the director of golf, but he has a different position than that and a lot more control, I believe, than director of golf. And he now is with Troon, who's the new management company for the Kapalua Golf Courses and tennis, etc. So that's going to be a lot of fun to get them filling us in on what's happening. The tournament this year actually starts Friday, so it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And, last year they kept saying, Sunday would be fun day for Hyundai. Well, now we're down to Monday is going to be Hyundai's fun day. So it's going to be really a fun, great tournament. Interesting thing that's kind of annoyed a few people, but we're thinking it's turning out to be better. Parking this year for the public is going to be near the Hanuakai condominiums, and then they're going to be busing out to Kapalua. So when you're leaving, you'll be hopping on a bus, and they'll get you quickly back, and the parking looks like it's being set up perfectly. So you'll be able to leave Kapalua, get away from all of the traffic quickly, and in your car and heading home. So tickets are going to be at the gate at this point. I think we have right now somebody on the line. This could be the great Roy Sakamoto, and possibly, do we have Mike Jones there? Aloha.
Aloha.
So I've just been telling everyone a little bit about the tournament and what's happening, and I set everyone up kind of understanding the parking, which we think is really a great idea this year to keep the traffic flow better, so that when somebody's ready to go home, they'll be able to hop on the bus, get to the parking, and they won't spend a lot of time in traffic out around Kapalua. But, fill us in, Mike and Roy. And Mike, I thought, would you introduce yourself and let the listeners know exactly what you do for Troon?
Well, Mike Jones, and I'm the director of golf here at Kapalua and the general manager. So from a golf course perspective, I run the golf operations side, the maintenance side of the golf courses here, the Plantation Bay Academy and tennis, and we're looking forward to a great week.
I was trying to fill everybody in on little bits and pieces, but tell us what's going on. Give us a little, some of the fun details, a little bit of who's here, and let's lure some of these people out there to watch this time.
Yeah, well, we've got 28 winners from the PGA Tour from last year, and quite a few in the top 50 in the world. Some cool names that are here, and people that I think are some of the best are Steve Stricker from Madison, Wisconsin. Steve's won on tour several times. It's about his fifth or sixth trip to Kapalua, and he's a great ambassador, comes out to Kapalua a lot.
Steve also does a lot for his community, as I understand. He's really not just an amazing golf pro, but an amazing human being.
He is, and he's a real family man, real gentleman. All the pros are nice, but Steve almost goes out of his way to say hello to you, talk to you, and just a true gentleman.
So tell us a little more. Give us a little more. Who else?
Well, I think the cool thing about this year's tournament is we've had a lot of the younger guys who are going to be the future stars on tour, here at Kapalua this year. Guys like Brendan Steele, who won for the first time. A young guy like Keegan Bradley, who won the PGA Championship. Of course, his aunt is Pat Bradley from the LPGA Tour. And this kid looks like a can't-miss project, won twice on tour last year. Webb Simpson, who won twice on tour, young guy coming up. Nick Watney, we have our defending champion, Jonathan Bird, and of course the FedEx Cup champion, Bill Haas, who won the whole Tour FedEx Cup last year. And Bill's a true gentleman, too, a very nice guy.
There are some amazing men out there on the tour, and it's always fun to see them at Kapalua with their families, with their wives and children, and having a great time at the beach or mini surfing or anything that they're doing, they're always so friendly out on the golf course talking to everybody. Kapalua is a great stop for the PGA Tour, don't you think?
Oh, I agree, and the boys that come and play every year, they just love it. It's a chance to get the year started out right. You got a small field, but yet it's winners from all last year, and I was talking to Steve Stricker yesterday up on 17 Green for a little bit, and he was raving about the golf course and how good a shape it is, and just how he loves coming to Kapalua and being here. And you hear that over and over and over from the guys, just how fun it is to play this golf course. It's a little change of pace for them, from a regular tour course because of the hills and the elevation here at Plantation, so they seem to like that unique factor.
For anybody looking to play golf, and that comes to Kapalua or has been here over the years, I agree the golf course has never been in better shape. My husband, Roy Sakamoto, and I were out last week for a few holes. Actually, Mike came with us for a little bit. The course is absolutely as spectacular as I've ever seen it, and everybody knows that, and that is thanks to Mike and all of the guys from Troon, from Kapalua that now work for Troon Golf. They're happy there right now. Everybody is in a great mood. So when you come up there, say hello to the guys that are running the course. Obviously, there's not going to be any golf for anybody but professional this week, but plan to come out and play Kapalua and see if you can do anything like you're going to see this week. There's going to be some real golf happening.
Yeah, we'd love to welcome anybody up here, and our staff, I feel, is very, very friendly, and not only the Plantation course, but we have the Bay course too, which is in terrific shape. And since this new management's taken over with Troon, we've just gone back to the basic standard practices and feel like we've got both golf courses in great shape. And we feel like when you come out here, it's like you're a member for the day. We want to treat you to a special round of golf, and that's what our goals and efforts are aimed towards.
I'm actually, I must confess, more of a Bay course player with a higher handicap, but the Bay course is pretty phenomenal, and it has a hole over the water, the fifth hole, which is probably as unbelievable a hole as exists anywhere on the PGA Tour. When you're out there playing, there is nobody that plays there for the first time that doesn't stop there on the fifth hole and take a couple of pictures. Might slow it down a little bit sometimes, but I guarantee if you go up and play Kapalua, the Bay course, for the first time, when you get to the first hole, you're going to have your cell phone, your camera, something out and be taking a picture there. It's really great. And like you say, you're going to be a member for a day. You're going to be treated like a member for a day.
Yeah, and this time of the year too, you get out to the fifth hole, you might even catch a whale jumping or something like that. And if I'm correct, Betty, I think the fifth hole at the Bay course is the only hole in Maui that plays partially over the ocean.
I think you're right. I had kind of forgotten that piece of information, but I think you're right. And to watch the whales from there was a great marketing piece years ago that Kapalua had that showed either the fourth green, I think it was the fourth green, looking out, and there were whales just jumping. And it was one of those absolutely spectacular pictures that predated where people were just inserting whales into the picture. Not happening, yeah.
The couple of the guys that are out playing today, D.A. Points being one of them, and I'm a little biased towards D.A. Points. He's from Illinois, and so am I, but he was telling me that they saw a couple whales out there jumping up and down this morning, so that's it's always an added bonus when you get to play Kapalua.
It is an added bonus, and especially at this time of year when the whales are around. For everybody that's going to be planning to come to the tournament, if they don't have tickets yet, I think at this point the easiest thing to do is to just come and get tickets at the gate.
Yeah, they could do it one of two ways. They could come and get them at the gate. They catch the bus down at Hanuakai, and they'll bring them right up to the what we call Spectator Village, and they can buy them right there at the gate. Or the other option would be to go on pgatour.com/Hyundai, and they could buy them online off of that.
And then they can just print it, and that ticket's used when they come in?
Yep, they scan it when they come in. That'll get them right in for the day. And another point for the people out there who have kids that want to bring them along is for each paid adult, a child gets in free. So
it's pgatour.com, and then go to Hyundai or Hyundai.
Yep.
Okay, pgatour.com/Hyundai. HYUNDAI.
Correct.
Most of us only learned how to spell that 2 years ago. And then to pronounce it, there's a course you have to take. But I think when somebody got down to the idea of Sunday was fun day for Hyundai, or now it's Monday is going to be the real fun day for Hyundai, then you get to wear a Sunday Hyundai, and you can figure it out. So let's all pronounce it right this year.
Yep.
So I think you've got Roy there with you, my husband, Roy Sakamoto.
Absolutely.
Or has he gone out on the golf course already?
I'm getting ready to go practice.
Excellent. So are you all set? Why don't you let them know a little bit from the perspective of the amateur that's going to be participating?
I've, as you know, played in all the Pro-Ams up here at Kapalua, and we've had tons of fun. I urge anybody out there in the radio audience who'd like to play, by all means, sign up for next year, because loads of fun, get to meet the pros up close and personal, play with them, and as you know, over the years we've gotten close with several of the professionals, Ben Crenshaw, Mark O'Meara, Peter Jacobson, and quite a few others. So it's always a fun event.
And for the record, we do happen to have 2 of the crystal trophies in our home, one by Roy Sakamoto. Woo-hoo!
One by the team there.
Oh, no, it was Roy. Okay, the team.
Okay.
Okay, so
we'll let you go. And
perfect.
Yeah, but there's also one of our listings that is owned by a professional golfer who unfortunately didn't qualify this year, but I'm sure you'd like to talk about Mr. Furyck's home.
I think we better tell them about Jim Furyck's home. And last year, he had won the whole ball of wax, didn't he, when he won the FedEx Cup money?
Right, yes.
So,
yes.
But yeah, I'll fill them in a little if you both want to get going. But I think you're right. Jim Furyck's home, fabulous home. He can see golf course in the distance everywhere around. He has just about a 240-degree view from there of ocean and golf course and fabulous landscaping. So it's going to be available. We're going to have our agents sitting up there at the plantation. We have a desk out there between the plantation clubhouse and the plantation restaurant. You know, so somebody's going to be there available to fill you in on real estate information and to get you up to see some of these properties, you know, when the time works for you and for us. But we're really looking forward to meeting a lot of you and showing you what's going on this year at the plantation and at Kapalua.
Okay, and again, we urge everyone to come on out and enjoy the tournament. These players are unbelievably good, and it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of food available. It's just a fun time.
You know, one of the things that people probably don't even realize is that we've gone to tournaments on the mainland. We went to the PGA once in Chicago, and it was really great. But, I mean, there's tons and tons of people. We've gone to the Hawaiian Open. There's tons of people. You can't get up close to anybody. You can't just walk along the ropes and see somebody. Whereas here at Kapalua, the course is large and you can wander and there's not as many scores of people, so that you can really get up close. You can see the holes. You can walk along. You can find the various places that you can get that are between like a tee box and a green and walk back and forth. But being at Kapalua, you can't go anywhere in the world that you'll be able to see this quality of play and actually enjoy it. You know, see the whites of their eyes. You're going to love every minute.
Absolutely.
And again, if you don't have the tickets, remember that PGAtour.com/Hyundai, HYUNDAI.
Good.
Okay.
We'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Aloha. Well, I guess there we go. Now we know exactly what's going on out there at Kapalua. You know, one of the things that Roy was just mentioning, and I think let me mention a couple of things so that you can find us. And if you're trying to figure out tournament or anything, call us. Our office is 808-669-0070. Our website is sakamotoproperties.com, and you can go on there and look up, you know, let's say the Furyck home is 229 Plantation Club Drive. And we're going to see to it that we're able to show that at fairly short notice for someone who is truly interested in a purchase like that. We have another property close by, 231 Plantation Club Drive. Totally different concept. The The Jim Furyk home is listed at $6.9 million. Fabulous, easy living home, great lanais, huge views. And then the adjacent home is a lot larger, listed at $9.9 million. And it's a totally different person. It's going to be a totally different buyer that's going to consider one versus the other. But we're going to have these homes available to show during the tournament, as well as a variety of other properties at Kapalua, starting at the Golf Villas. We have a great 2-bedroom there, 26P 3 and 4, that's going to be available all through the tournament, listed at $600,000. And the owners are going to see to it that we're able to get in and show it with relatively short notice. So again, check in with us at 669-0070. That's 808-669-0070. Or check out our website, which is sakamotoproperties.com, and you'll find all of our information if you're driving right now and you're unable to actually get to us on the phone before that, or you forget the number. Check out that website, and that should be a fairly easy website to remember, sakamotoproperties.com. So again, going back to, I think today I'm going to zero it in on the properties that are at Kapalua. I'm glad we got to hear a little more about the golf tournament and what's going on with it. There's so much happening right now at Kapalua that, you hate to be repetitious, but, there's a new spa at Kapalua, which is the equivalent or better than any spa in the world, so that you can come there and have your massages and anything that you would want to do. The workout area is fabulous. They have great trainers. There is a charge for anyone that comes through. They have certain special rates for Kapalua owners and club members, but the public are welcome. And if you go in there on any given day to have a massage, you're also, during that period of time, able to use the rest of the facility. You can have a sauna, jacuzzi, use the pool, and enjoy. You could almost spend the day there once you've come and had one service. So again, something that I think really is worth doing when you're up at the Kapalua Resort. The Ritz-Carlton Resort, one of the most fabulous and famous hotels in the world, is sitting right there at the Kapalua Resort, a place to come and visit or come up there. The same thing, they also have a great spa. So if you'd prefer going to the hotel and spending your day there, you pay for the service. If you wanted to have a massage or a massage and a facial, you can do that, and then use the facility for the day. Be able to use their sauna and workout areas and any of the other things that they have associated with the spa, which are a little too numerous to name right now. But Kapalua has a little bit of everything. The tennis garden, which is located adjacent to the base course clubhouse. Tennis garden, absolutely fabulous. Run by Troon Golf. They've got some amazing tennis professionals that are there, so that you can go by, take a tennis lesson. They often have early morning, stroke of the day things that are going on. So again, it's Kapalua today, and this is when Kapalua shines, when the golf tournament is happening. I think I'm probably talking a little fast and rambling a bit, but as long as I'm on it, let's stick with it. The next thing would be worth doing while you're there is going to be to go to the Kapalua Golf Academy. Some of the finest golf professionals in the world are there teaching you. You can do a golf school, you can do an all-day golf plan, you can do an hour, you can do a half hour. You can have a playing lesson. There is nothing that they won't figure out for you or assist you in being sure that you do hook up with the right pro for you, someone that you can relate to. They've got some covered areas where you can take the lesson, where they can videotape your swing, which I must admit is a little frightening because I've done that. And having to see the swing was a little difficult, but also learning to live with it is great because the pros there aren't going to necessarily try to change everything about what you're doing. I think they're more positive than that, where they'll kind of take a look and realize, oh, this is great. You've got that handled. Your setup is good. This is good. And they'll see to it that whatever it is that you're wanting to accomplish, whether it's more length or you want to work on your short game, they can zero in on it, and an hour can go a long way. So again, Kapalua Golf Academy. And if you aren't finding it, you can find that at the Kapalua websites, or give us a call at Sakamoto Properties, 669-0070. Again, coming up now, you're going to be at the tournament. I know that the Kapalua Plantation restaurant is going to be open to the public. So once you get up there, you get dropped off at Spectator Village. But from there, you can come up to the plantation, walk up to the plantation clubhouse, and have breakfast or lunch or make a reservation for dinner. We're going to have our desk open all the time, so anytime that you're going to be up there, you'll find the desk sitting right outside of the clubhouse. It's fabulous. I mean, we'll be sitting there, be able to fill you in on information on property any place in Maui, but in particular, we can fill you in on everything at Kapalua. Our listings range from $40,000 for a leasehold property at Napili Ridge, which great spot for someone looking to get in at a low price. The fee purchase is additional, and I think a lot of people do step up and buy the fee at the time they're doing it if you're making that purchase. But there's so many great pieces of property available. We're still in one of those markets that I think are kind of exciting because there are great buys. There's really great values that are happening. And I think that it's happening right now, and this is when you ought to be buying. We've been for a long time saying that a recession is a terrible thing to waste. And I think you're wasting it right now if you're not getting into this. Looks to me like we may have a call coming in again. Hey,
Aloha.
Hey, Mitch, how are you?
I'm great.
Welcome to the show today. Aloha.
Thank you. I'm sorry I couldn't be there to help you.
Well, I tell you, we're running down. We're just hitting the 2-minute mark. So what are you up to out there today? Are you at Kapalua also?
Yes, I am. I'm showing golf villas. We have several that are real easy to show. And my number is 870-5548. That's 870-5548. And give me a call. We've got some golf villas that are really good buys at the moment.
Perfect. I just mentioned 26P 3 and 4, but as we're chatting now, 18V4.
18V4, a beautifully redone one-bedroom, great ocean views. It's really a spectacular day here at Kapalua, and I'm sure all over Maui.
It's beautiful. Driving over here was absolutely fabulous. There were, of course, people stopped on the poly watching the whales, and I was, of course, running a little late as usual. But it is so great to see everybody out there having such a great time right now.
It's great to have all of our visitors on island, and makes us know that things are moving along and getting better.
We've also, Mitch, been letting everyone know that they can go to pgatour.com/Hyundai in order to get tickets. And I guess you can print them so you'll have your ticket with you when you arrive at the course. And parking at Hanua Kai. And then they immediately hop on the buses, and they're never going to be tied up themselves in traffic. The cars will be protected down there. It's really a great setup for everybody, and I think it'll be
really smooth and should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to this week.
So now we're down to 1 minute, so I suppose I'm going to let you go.
I'm going to let you go.
Okay.
And aloha, everybody, and Happy New Year.
Thanks for the call-in, and maybe you might be with us in 2 weeks on the show, Mitch, huh? Okay, I guess we've lost Mitch there, but he's also out at the tournament. Halimakua is one of the agencies that receives funds from this event, and there's a lot of other agencies on Maui that will receive funds from the charitable side of this. So get out there, call Sakamoto Properties, or check us out at sakamotoproperties.com. And here's Danny Couch back, and aloha.